Welcome back to another episode of the Goldblooded podcast, man. Episode 24. We on our bean shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. Shout out to the Bean family. And shout out to all types of beans. Pinto beans.
I ain't gonna lie. Say bean again. Say bean again.
Bean. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna kick me. He's gonna kick me. Watch. He's gonna kick
I
me.
do this shit. How I do this
I
shit.
dare you. I double dare you,
Get out of here,
motherfucker.
nigga.
Oh man, I just cursed it within like the first minute. God damn.
Hey,
That's all good. It's going on YouTube anyways. But yeah, please don't kick me again. But anyway, I hope y'all had a fantastic week, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. And to be honest with you, I had a good week. The Warriors went 3-1, won some games, lost a heartbreak. I'm not gonna lie, would rather much be 4-0 right now. But there was obviously the All-Star break. We're gonna talk about that, some of the games, the events that happened, the All-Star Sunday, the formatting, our thoughts about it. But most importantly, we're gonna talk about the post All-Star break stretch. I believe it's 27 games, something along those lines, where the Warriors legitimately need to win every damn game. Like, no, it's a 27 game playoff push to the 16 game playoff stretch. So this is going to be very, very difficult for the Golden State Warriors, but a job that needs to be completed because they put themselves in this position. You need to get yourself out. And with the addition of Jimmy Butler, there are no more excuses. So, with that being said, let's hop straight into the games that we played this week. The first game of the Jimmy Butler debut was against the Chicago Bulls, right? And man, oh man, was it amazing? I'm pretty sure we actually covered this game last week, but I want to talk about it again because
we did.
yeah, we did. But I low-key do want to talk about it again because
Oh,
for
boy.
me, this showed the complete high of what we can be when we have someone like a Jimmy Butler. The free throw shooting, the defense that we played in that second half of that third quarter was insane. By the way, 62-18 run, completely shut off the water for the Chicago Bulls. And I get it, no Levine, Chicago Bulls tanking team, yada yada yada. But the Warriors have lost to the Spurs, who are a decent team. We lost to the Brooklyn Nets, who are a bad team. We lost to a lot of bad teams this year. And I think these wins where you have to beat your the worst opponent thoroughly is important. So what did you guys think of that game in particular?
That was one of the craziest turnarounds that I've ever seen in a single game because we were down 24 in the third quarter and then went into the fourth quarter with the lead. So yeah, if you told me that we were gonna do that a month ago,
Yeah, I would laugh.
I'd
laugh.
It's over.
I would laugh straight in your face, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But Gift, to talk to me, man, because I know for you, the addition of Jimmy was something that you really wanted. You were advocating for Jimmy. You were saying Jimmy over Levine, Jimmy over Lauri Markkinen. You know, you were a big Jimmy guy. And it seems to be working in your favor, man. So talk to me. How do you feel about the addition, one, and two, the game, his first game, his debut, man?
Yeah, my main thing with the Jimmy Butler stuff that I kept saying is like I can understand why people would think that players like Zach LaVine would be a better fit to go to State because of his shooting ability. But to me, I feel like Jimmy Butler, in terms of his intangibles and all around fit to the system, will be able to provide more value to go to State because of his off-ball play and more importantly, his impact on both ends of the basketball. Because we know how Kerr is, how he's a very defensive-minded coach that is stuck in his ways very much so. Jimmy Butler, to me, could give you that value. And then also, in terms of like a guy that is proven in the playoffs to be a high-caliber performer, I know that from Jimmy Butler. The book is still out there with a player like Zach LaVine doing that, even though there is a good argument that in our system he would fit in well. At the end of the day, if we're closing out lineups, if it had to be Zach LaVine and Steph Curry, our defense still wouldn't be at the premium, which whenever we've gone on big runs to win titles, it's always been a defensive focus first. So I think Jimmy could have added good value. And in this Bulls game, I mean, he did exactly that. Literally the first play of the game, the off-ball dunk, like just automatically, it just felt great, right? Getting free throws at the 10-minute mark in the first quarter is crazy because normally it takes us 6 minutes into the quarter to actually get any type of call. And I got to say this, Jimmy Butler's free throw stuff has aura because now Steph getting calls. We know Steph don't get calls. The aura is now passing on to the best player on the team. So been having a blast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was like one of the craziest things because we've never had, like in the Steph era, we've never had a player to be able to draw free throws at that rate.
Yes.
Like he's drawing 10 free throws a game in his 4 games
He's
that he's
not even,
played
you know, it's
so
crazy.
far.
Some of the games he's not even shooting the ball particularly well, but
Yeah,
he's just
but he's
getting to
still
the
ending up with
lines.
20.
Yeah,
It
he's
don't
still
matter.
getting to the,
Yeah.
he's getting to the line so much. And on top of that, too, Jimmy was mentioning how like he was like not in physical shape and he's still trying to get into basketball
Yeah.
shape too. So he's doing this while not really being at his physical best form for us going into the post All-Star break. So I'm really interested to see that too as well. And we're actually getting somebody back in the All-Star and post All-Star break as well. Someone that we
Kuminga.
actually
Yeah.
desperately need. Someone that is, to me, that we need without question, because some of these GP2 lineups, just you get them out the window immediately. Jonathan Kuminga, man, he's gonna be coming back post All-Star break. He's been out for I think a month and like a few weeks with a ankle injury. I think the Warriors really took their time with this one, which is a good thing because they want him to be at full strength. And I'm happy for him to come back. He obviously missed a lot of time. He's been playing some of his best basketball before he went down with injury. And yeah, honestly, when he comes back, I just want him to see him healthy. I want to see him engaged. I just want to see him be able to have an impact for the team. So, what do you guys think of the Jimmy slash Kaminga minutes together? Because I think those are going to be a couple really nice minutes, having two slashers who can both attack the basket. There's like a few concepts that the Warriors, for me, like especially when watching the Warriors going from 2015 until now, that we really haven't had, like a Livingston, and not Livingston, sorry, a Kaminga and a Butler kind of situation where you have like two slashers and being able to get downhill for you on the team, along with someone like Steph as well. So it's a bit new. So what do you guys think of that concept, bro?
I think it's definitely interesting because the thing that we'll get to the other games soon, but like, and I'll show this play when we get to the Milwaukee game. The thing that I think I overlooked personally when we traded for Jimmy Butler is his attention that he draws coming out of the short roll, and it's just so crazy to see like him in the short roll as opposed to Draymond, which Draymond is a fantastic short roller. He's a great passer and he'll find anybody that's open off of it. But he's not drawing 3 defenders like Jimmy Butler is coming off of that off of the Steph Curry trap. And so I feel like Jonathan Kuminga is gonna be absolutely eating on actions like that. But oh my goodness, that's one of the main takeaways that I've seen so far, and I think that that's gonna be huge for Kuminga too.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Gifted, what talk to me, man? What you think about the Jimmy Butler and Kaminga? What's going to be their nickname?
I'm very nervous about this fan base with
But come,
nicknames.
I was thinking more so like maybe, you know how like we have like there's obviously Cum Bucket and Jimmy or Himmy. What about Himmy buckets?
Henry Buckets
uh,
ain't bad.
Himmy buckets, that would literally just be Jimmy Butler.
No, but we also call Kaminga a bucket as well.
I mean, there's another nickname with buckets that I won't get into, but I'm gonna say for me, KB, what's interesting about the Jimmy Butler dynamic with Kuminga is, for me, this now means for a full 48 minutes at least. We're hoping, Steve. We're gonna have a very athletic presence on the floor in terms of a guy that can consistently pressure the basket and get to the free throw line. Like, I'm less worried about how they play together. I know that will be a thing, but it's clear that Kuminga's main role this season has been to play starters minutes off of the bench, basically. So having a full lineup where no matter what, how bad these overall 5 minutes can be, one of Jimmy Butler or Kuminga to athletically pressure the basket with or without Steph will always have. And I think that's going to really provide overall dividends. I know we want Kuminga to make more of his free throws, but before he went down, he was really figuring out the angles and the craftiness of consistently getting to the free throw line. And if we're already putting up high level free throws now, when he comes back, it's going to add more and more to our list. And hopefully we start to make more twos as well. That's our biggest thing, just becoming a much better 2-point shot team to have a better open shot diversity.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Um, Sorry, I just got caught off by something in the chat. But
Wow.
I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, bro. Honestly, I think the athleticism that you have on your hands is very nice. I just pray Steve Kerr doesn't think to himself, let me put Kuminga, GP2, and Jimmy Butler on the floor all at the
Oh
same time.
God, he
Like,
might.
please do not do that, bro. I'm begging you, because we do not need lineups that consist of literally like absolute no perimeter shooting. And that's another thing too. Like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
completely honest. Once this offseason hits, once we like start figuring out the few additions we need to add along with Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond, GP2 got to be on like the list of niggas that got to go. Respectfully, like it's not matter of like he just doesn't fit what we need right now. Defensively, you're cool. Offensively, you stink. That's the like my biggest problem with GP is that he's horrible at corner threes this year. His finishing hasn't been good neither. And like even the stuff where he makes reads and the extra passes haven't been good at all neither. So it's like he hasn't really been himself this year in terms of offensively what he can provide for us, because we always talk about how Steve Kerr could play like some of these specialty guys and like make them useful because of the movement system, them being cutters and them being weak side cutters and in the short roll making passes and being a threat, even though they're not the best of perimeter threats. But with GP2, it hasn't been the case. So I think for him, honestly, it's just best for us to part ways and for him to find a new home that will help maximize him and maybe help him find some new motivation, because honestly, he's got to go. He's got to go.
I mean, my
And
biggest thing with GP for me is like I could live with the offensive stuff at times if his POA defense was the same at its highest level. Even that part is falling off. And honestly, his biggest value was supposed to be what he's able to provide defensively. So if he's no longer doing that, you really feel the impacts of his negative offensive feel at times.
Yeah, he's really only been impactful as a help defender this season, or like a weak side rotation kind of guy, which is kind of depressing to see.
Yeah.
nah, it is. I ain't gonna lie. So GP2, man, if you ever see this, we love you, but you have to go, unfortunately. But
We
let's
love
get
you.
into some of these games, man.
We seen you in the LeBron clip where you were like 15 years old.
That actually is crazy, man. That threw me off for a loop. I'm not gonna lie. Just seeing GP2 there in the corner.
Yeah, at first when I first saw that, I had the same thought too. I was like, "Is that Gary?"
in the second,
But then I like convinced myself. I was like, "No way, that's Mo Williams' son or something. He just looks similar." But then everybody else started saying the same thing, and then he responded. He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, LeBron."
LeBron's been in the league for so long. Like
Oh my
so long.
god, bro! GP2 is 32 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Man, bro, he's 32.
I'm a fact check myself. Yeah, he's
I thought it was
32.
like
He's
actually 32.
32 years
Yeah.
old.
Wow. Yeah, he's
Crazy.
got to go. He's got
December 1st, 1992, or 1992.
That's crazy. Damn. So he's gonna be 33 this year. By the end of this, by the start of next season. Damn, bro.
Yeah.
He's old as hell. So that's why he's regressing. Okay, that makes sense. He's just old. Bears, man. Anyways, though, chat. Honestly, let's get into the second game of the road trip where we played the Milwaukee Bucks. We beat them 125-111 in a game where they didn't have a Giannis Antetokounmpo. I believe he was out with a back soreness or some sort. There's some injury. He missed the All-Star game, which we'll get into briefly, but we just want to quickly go through some of these games with the Warriors before the break itself. But another good win. Honestly, Steph played extremely well this game. He had 38 points, shot 50% from the field. I believe 6 of 16 is about just sub 40% from three, or around 40%. He played really good. 9 free throw attempts for Steph. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of technical free throws in here. I think he had like at least 2 in this game. Jimmy Butler as well. He had 20 points.
He literally
was
almost had
4
half of
12,
our made free throws.
and he had 15 free throw attempts. Like
Yep.
that. You know how crazy that? You know what's crazy?
I'm
If Jimmy
watching
Butler's
him.
actually not here, we lose this game.
Yeah, I'm watching him just drawing these fouls, and I'm like, okay, that's that's a foul. Okay, man. I mean, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He
the
got
thing is
motion
though,
with it.
like
Like
we actually,
I'm not used to these being fouls.
the thing is that
This
we
is
draw
crazy.
calls. Like I think we were able to like get the calls we should get, but we just don't have like the whistle. You know what I mean? Jimmy just
Yeah.
has the whistle now. So like when he goes, hey, the ref has to blow his whistle.
We also can't make them.
Yeah, Jimmy makes him. And the funny part is Jimmy's like an 80% free throw shooter. He's not even like crazy high.
Yeah.
Outside of Steph too, who's obviously a really good free throw shooter. Still, man, it was pretty funny. But
my god, bro! I'm looking at the Jimmy Butler free throws, but I'm also looking at Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler's combined steals. They had 9 steals between the two of them.
Hey man, they was hooping, bro.
That's the type of thing that I was like really excited to see when when we first got the deal. I was like, what is this Draymond Green Jimmy Butler connection gonna look like?
Honestly, it's been amazing. I think defensively, both of them being like off ball has been really good for us. I will say we need a POA still. Like we need someone who's going to
Yeah,
be able to defend in the perimeter. And I really want like Moses Moody to become that. Like I feel like Moses Moody has the makeup, like the length, he has the size. He can be switchable because of he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's like built almost like Draymond. Like he's 6'4", 6'5" with a really long wingspan. He can move his feet. I just want him to get comfortable in the role of being a POA for us. And I know a lot of people are really low on Moody because of his inconsistencies, but I think the reason why he's inconsistent is because of his lack of play. Like I always
because his
blame it
minutes
towards
are
that.
inconsistent.
Exactly. Like you have to give him minutes to kind of break out of the shell. And he's shown moments. Even last year, I know Gifter remembers this, him just locking up Brunson. He played
I'll never forget that game. He
when,
played really good defense the entire
when we
night.
just played against the Rockets now, he was, even though it's Jalen Green, I get it. He was boxing Jalen Green. Like he was going crazy. I just think like Moody legitimately needs to be having a steady diet of minutes and being in this rotation because he's a knockdown shooter. He has some of the intangibles to be a good defender. And I think some of his like stuff like on ball, again, it's just more inconsistencies because he hasn't been able to build a role with the team. He just been thrown in different lineups and just make it work, make it work, make it work. And most of the time he has. So honestly, I want to see Moody more. But to get back to this game, again, I think the Warriors played really well. Steph really well. Jimmy really well. The defense was really good as well. Forced 10 turnovers out of Damian Lillard, I think, this game as well, even though he had like I think he had 38 points as well with Steph. So they both had 38 apiece. Quinton Post for me, though. I don't know if y'all saw. The threes that he was hitting in this game was ridiculous. Like, I don't have the clip, but there was a three on a fast break. It legit looked like a 7-foot Klay Thompson. On a fast break, he stops at like right above the break, like the not at the hash, but like at the corner of the three, like the left side above the break. Pump fakes. Defender flies by. You're thinking, okay, 7-footer, he's probably going to either pass or go dunk it. No, I'm a sidestep right on my strong hand and shoot a three. And it was so comfortable, and he just waxed it. And he was hitting no dip threes. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely insane. Shout out to Quinton Post, man. He hooped his ass off. But what did you guys think of this game while I pull up this clip of the no dip three, bro?
Hell no. Yeah, I got you, man.
Cuts the lead here to 2. Jimmy Butler gives it up. Podziemski.
That's not the no dip three. That's just the first three.
This is just a normal corner three, you know.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler inside, and Butler another steal.
Yeah, all in the fourth quarter as well. We needed these shots. Look at this. Side
This
step.
was the one right here. Side step.
Hey.
Drop.
Step 3, how about that?
All in the fourth quarter.
The 52nd pick of
Oh, this was crazy.
Nah, that was quick trigger knockdown. I just like the confidence of him to be able to actually take that shot.
Like,
too.
bro, he caught
Not
the
afraid to
ball
shoot
here
it.
and said, you know what? Let me just catch it.
I'm
and
gonna go.
shoot.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just-
Okay, I'll show this, and then I'll show the Steph clip where he was just standing there looking at him. So this is the play I was talking about earlier, where they ran a Steph Jimmy Butler pick and roll. So as typical, they trap Steph. Ball goes to Jimmy Butler.
Look at the extension.
He has 3 options coming off of this short roll. I've never seen Draymond attract this much attention, with all due respect. He usually draws like 1 or maybe 2, but he never draws the other 3 defenders on the floor after Steph's is already trapped. He has Buddy Hield here. He has, well, the Kuzma's probably going to recover, but
I feel like the Draymond pass is going to come because Bobby Porter's right there.
And you're correct.
Oh my God! Look at the ball knowledge, chat.
Oh my God, bro!
He's too nice, bro.
He's just such a smart player too. That's also a big factor. Let me see. Oh, I think
I just think honestly, like the addition of Jimmy has just been so good for us, man. I'm loving him, man. Even when the lows are there and he's not being able to draw calls, I just still like really like the additions, man. Honestly, and We're gonna have to get to this game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wait. Here, hold on. I'm trying to find the stuff clip for after Quinn posted the 3. Hold
No.
on.
Are you talking about the foul drawn in that same play?
No.
Nah, he
When he
basically saw him hit there and couldn't move. Basically, like he just
yeah, like Steph was just like, this is really my life right now.
Nah, this is crazy.
look at Steph.
Steph can't believe it. It's like, yo, people are making shots. This is insane, bro. Yo, but chat, the highs were really high during that game, and we head to Dallas. And honestly, if you ask me if I want to speak about this game, no. But we are gonna cover even the losses as well.
I'm
So we
getting the
are fair.
layup compilation ready.
So chat, immediately off the Milwaukee win, we're making layups. Quentin Post is hitting his threes. We're playing good defense. We go up against
We're
Kyrie.
making layups.
We're going up against Kyrie and the Klay Thompson led Dallas Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? And we lose 107-111 in a fashion where it was really awkward. I felt like the Warriors to start the game were just making mistakes and letting the Mavericks capitalize, and they made a few runs to kind of get themselves back into the game. And it was one of those games where it was like the Warriors were down 8 and then 10 and then 11 and then 9 and then 11. Like it was like a fake, I'm making a comeback type of vibe, right?
Definitely.
Steph had a pretty poor game. He didn't really shoot the ball well up until the fourth quarter.
Steph weird game. Some very weird game from the officiating crew, but that's
I will get to that honestly. And
that
chat,
was
you know me,
that was a
I don't like blaming
factor,
refs.
but we missed. Yeah, that was a factor, of course, but we missed a lot of layups.
We missed a lot of layups, to be fair. And a 4-point loss, we had like 8 blown layups. I don't know if you have the clips different, but we had so many missed layups. It was crazy. These are a couple to name a few right here, but missed hit back as well, man.
And these aren't even, it's crazy, chat. This is a 2-minute compilation of missed layups from this game. I didn't even count, like I didn't even put the layups in here that like were like tough layups. I felt like every layup in here was like
so makeable.
Makeable, like especially given like the players that were taking them.
This one was bad. Why did he? This is my thing. Why did he pump fake there?
Yeah, the pump right there was
trying to draw a foul.
Excellent shooter, but you saw the handle and the ability to finish around the rim there. Curry, underhand lob to Payton, who catches.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Hield puts it on the deck, goes to the left, flips it up. No, ball batted around Moody.
Oh man, Buddy Hield had a game.
Absolute howler, man.
In transition, Christie knows he wants to pull up for 3, so he met him out there at the strike. But Jemski missed the layup. Turn for Luka. That's another part.
Bro, 2 minutes in a single game is crazy, bro.
Not only just Anthony Davis, one thing, he's a good player, but the one first-round pick, they felt like for a generational player, they should have gotten.
Like I want to take notice too. Like every clip, we're like 7 points, 10 points, 8 points.
Even that's makeable right there too.
Another missed layup. This one was, that one was there. But all the other ones, my goodness.
And I just want to talk about the officiating real quick, because boy, oh boy, was the officiating horrible. Chat, the reffing just, first of all, was extremely inconsistent in terms of they were calling like soft foul calls for the Dallas Mavericks that didn't make any sense, but they weren't calling any fouls for Jimmy Butler at all, and Steph. There was a clear kickball violation that they did not call, reviewed the call, and gave the ball back to the Dallas Mavericks.
They said it was an 8-second violation, even though the
shot
clock
when
was
it
at
wasn't
17.
When the clock was at 17.
Jason Kidd was on the court during play and he didn't get a tech.
But there was so much happening for the Dallas Mavericks that they literally They just get. I'll be honest with you, they handed them the win. I know we missed a lot of layups, but I think they called the reffing call properly, and we would probably win that game. I'm gonna be so real. Like it's so annoying the fact that the refs just like were doing the things that they were doing in this game in particular. You can play the clip, bro, but like it was really bad, bro. It was
I'm
actually
just
annoying.
showing the
Like, look, you can see the ball on his foot, and they didn't call a kick ball.
That's the definition of a kickball. And Jason Kidd
Like, what is that?
to the floor.
Jason Kidd is on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
And
And
he
Jason,
just tells
no
him, hey,
technology.
hey, hey.
And didn't
calm
Steve
down."
Kerr get a tech this game as well?
Yeah, for doing the same thing.
So like I again, chat, I don't understand the inconsistency in the whistle in this game in particular. But honestly, the Warriors still lost this game. I think ref aside, you should just if you just make your layups, you probably win this game. Like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. It's quite simple. Steph, if you made your layups, you would have won this game. Jimmy, if you weren't pump faking, you would have won this game. I think you probably should have won this game if you just had made your layups, even with the refs being really, really bad. I'm not gonna blame everything on the refs because it's just kind of like lame. You don't want to just blame everything on the refs. But at the same time, I just think when it comes to this team, some of the lows are still there. Like in terms of just making layups, guys making the right play on the ball. I think Jimmy and Steph aren't really the issue. Like when they perform bad, it's just you perform bad, you have to perform better, and we'll talk about it when we do. But guys like Buddy Hield and the amount of time he spends on the ball, guys like Brandon Pajemski and his inability to just take more shots and be more confident shooting the ball. Even if you miss is one thing. Like at least I'll just say, okay, you just been missing your shots. Like don't leave shots that you could have taken up and just decided to pass up on them. You know what I'm saying? Moses Moody and his batteries defensively as well. Like there's just been a lot of plays. Even Kevon Looney, our center rotation. Like you have to do a better job of just doing the things that you have to do on the floor night in and night out to help secure wins. You don't have to be extraordinary. That's the thing with when it comes to the role players. If you just come in and do your job, like a great example for me is Guy Santos. Like he comes in, he crashes the glass heavy. He'll shoot his three when he's open, and he'll try his hardest to play defense. Like I can respect that, even if you come out and you're not that great to start the game. When it's like Looney not boxing out, Moody not playing well, Bpos not playing well, Buddy Hield not playing well, it's just gonna negatively impact your team. GP2 not playing well because he had a horrible game this game too. Like it's a really it has a negative impact, honestly. But
Do you want
yeah.
the numbers?
Yeah. What's the number?
I got numbers. I'm gonna share my screen real quick so you guys can see the numbers. So this is every Golden State player's percentages at the rim this season.
Oh no.
Bro,
Let me know what you guys know.
Just to let y'all know who aren't familiar with clean the glass. Red or orange, like if it's really like a strong orange, means like you're in the high percentile, meaning that it's really good that you're here. A blue
is bad.
Like you're in like the bottom of the percentile, meaning
How
that
is Draymond 7th percentile at the rim? Oh
at
my
his,
god.
this is the chat. Just to let y'all know, this is at their respective position. So this.
And
would be
by the
Draymond
way,
at, like,
when I
4
hover
or
over
5.
it, it tells you exactly like how many they've made and missed right there. So here for Draymond, right? He's made 38 of 69 of his shot attempts at the rim.
Andrew Wiggins was oh man, yeah, it was. Damn, he's not on the team anymore.
Pajemski was solid. Who's that? Moses Moody? Moses Moody's actually been good at his finishing this year, I will say, yeah.
Yeah.
Limited
40
attempts,
of
but
51 for him.
he's still making his layups, to be fair. Yeah,
Kuminga.
honestly, like you could see the rim finishing on this team. There's just a lot of blue.
94 of 133. Steph has taken 101. So Kuminga right now leads this team in terms of rim dives. If you keep scrolling down, Dennis Schroeder was at 7 when he was here.
He wasn't good this season in Brooklyn either at the rim.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
That's
not
surprising.
particularly. He's a good driver, but he does not finish well.
83 of 134 for Kevon Looney directly at the rim.
22nd percentile.
Yep.
Okay,
and then when I keep going,
hey man, look at GP2, man, 97th,
70 for 88.
He should have been like 78 for 88. I'm not gonna lie, like he missed too many. He still missed too many open layups. I'm gonna be honest.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler is currently 18 for 29
with us.
Yeah,
but to be honest with you, out of those 29, he probably drew like maybe 17 foul calls from that.
Well, no, because it field goal attempts isn't factored into, or like if they drew a foul, it doesn't count as a shot attempt. So that wouldn't.
But does that also include his seasons with not his season or his part of the season with the Heat, or is it just us?
I
I
don't
actually don't
know.
know. I
It
want to
could
say it's
include
the
some
whole
Heat
season
stuff.
as a whole. I could be wrong.
Look at TJD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trey
TJ.
Jackson
Oh my
Davis
god,
is 128 for 192.
I'm surprised he's made that many.
Like, bro, the finishing on this team has just been really bad. Not to mention just like even the shooting too from some guys. Like Moody's been good, but outside of that, Buddy Hield has been mid. Like the stuff that you need to win a championship, dog. Like you need to make layups and hit your open threes. Like that. That's literally you need to hit your layups, make your free throws, and hit your threes sometimes. Like that. It's quite simple. I swear to you. And in the Mavericks game, you did not hit your layups at all, and you literally just lost the game because of that. So for me, again, tough loss. We really needed that win as well for the standings, but we did bounce back in our next game as well. We ended up playing when when we need a bounce back game, man. Who would you rather play, man? The Houston Rockets. It's like it's comical, bro. Even when we blow leads against them, because this is literally it's actually hilarious.
Here
The
he
first
goes.
the first meet against them, we blew a 30-point lead and still wound up winning. And this game, I think
Without
we blew
Steph.
like a 24-point lead, and we still wound up winning the game as well. 98-105 in favor of the Golden State Warriors. This is the last game before the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone played. Steph played 27 points, 7 of 17, 5 of 13. He had a strange night. He was making all these contested looks, but couldn't make an open three to save his life. Jimmy Butler, 6 of 15, 19 points, 6 of 6 from the field. And I think his defense in this game in particular for me was pretty good. Draymond Green had a really solid game as well. 2 steals, 1 block, 8 assists, 13 points as well. He played really well. But nah, for me, man, honestly, I don't really have a crazy standout. I think B-Pod's aggression was pretty good. He got up 17 shots, had 18
But
points, and he
Buddy
was
B-Paz was so confusing because he had a great stretch. Like he had the best bad game I've seen. Like he played really,
yeah, he shot
really
the ball
good bad
hardly, but he had
basketball.
some moments where we needed it. Like, oh, we
yeah,
needed that layup.
Yeah.
4
Like,
steals.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
defensively in this game, he was really good too. This was the game for Moses Moody where he was boxing Jalen Green. Like, I don't got some of the blocks that he had, but the blocks that he was getting, man, it was genuinely
Yeah.
insane, bro, honestly. And with this game in particular, I think the Warriors just really needed this win. Obviously, like Houston was missing some guys. They started playing They started playing a lineup with a bunch of guys that didn't play in their last game, and they just were killing us in those minutes. But we still wound up with the win. I don't really have any huge takeaways from this game, honestly. I just thought that it was like going to Houston. You need this win before the break. Let's get a win. Hop on this break, All-Star break, and then we come back and we circle back. Do you guys have any particular standouts or anything important?
Yeah.
I'm
My
pulling
main
up the
takeaways
Moody
from all these
film.
games really is like how close we've been in all these games. I like that because this is a team that has to assume a new identity with Jimmy Butler. So being in these situations more is good for them to really find out how to play with the lead and also play from behind to actually win games. I still wish we utilized Jimmy Butler a lot more. I feel like there's just a lot of possessions where we're not really using him effectively enough. Like he shouldn't be sitting in the corner by himself a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think when it comes to Jimmy, that was something that they're probably going to work on and try to get him more incorporated with is that he needs to be more involved offensively in terms of having the ball in his hands, making more decisions for this team. Because I like when he does that. When he played against Chicago and we gave him a few possessions on ball, he found guys like Quentin Post. He found guys like Looney at the dunker spot. He was finding everyone and making plays on the ball and being able to get to the rim at will. So even like those clearer side ISOs are cool, but like let him operate with the ball. Like I had enough of seeing Buddy
Yeah.
Hield dribble the ball. We have 2 good guys who can dribble the ball now. Like Denver says, just pass the ball to the adult. You know, like we don't need
Yeah.
Buddy Hield and stuff to be able to dribble the ball like that, man. It's just kind of annoying at this point.
And Buddy Hield out of the starting lineup that game. Finally,
Man, I was
that
real tears.
layup that you just saw was his only made field goal.
Real
He
tears, man.
didn't make a single three.
And you know, we
Man.
limited his minutes and his plus minus actually skyrocketed. So maybe going forward, just limit his minutes even more, you know? Don't make him such a focal point because if you do, that's when you rely on him and that's when there's pressure. And you know when there's
Yeah,
pressure for
we
Buddy
don't have
Hield.
him running offense with Steph and Jimmy Butler on the floor with them.
Yeah, no, it's just not. It's just not
Like
it.
that,
Respectfully.
that's been the thing that's like kind of pissed me off is like, yeah, I understand. Like Jimmy has surprised me in terms of like how well he can actually play off ball. I didn't like really think that he would be this good off ball,
Mhm.
but my God, just because he can do it doesn't mean he
I
should
mean, he
be
has to
doing
do it all
it
the
all the
time.
time.
Yeah, sometimes I really feel like we use Jimmy as like a glorified Wiggins, like a Wiggins that could do like more, obviously. And it's kind of like, bro, he's better than this. Like we should be using him for more actions and stuff like that. He should be when Steph is not on the floor, the ball should be in his hands. Everything goes through him. Like that's what I
I feel
want us
like
to
the
be.
Jimmy Curry actions are going to be very, very devastating because of his actual scoring threat. And you now have Draymond as the off-ball guy who's actually setting the screen to be another connective guy. Like there's a lot of continuity with more reps that they can really develop. And again, that's why I'm saying for them to figure these things out in close games is so big because that's going to matter when this team is trying to actually beat really good teams. You know?
Hmm.
If I'm not
Honestly,
gonna lie,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
if I'm not gonna lie, are you crying because we were talking about Buddy Hield, man?
No, no. I
Bro, what,
um
what happened?
I actually don't know why tears are falling from my eyes right now. It's a weird thing, you
Honestly,
know.
man, when you see them free throws, man, I started to tear up a little bit too, man. I
I
ain't never
was,
seen
I
somebody.
was, I, I ain't never seen something like that. He changed my life, man. He changed my life,
He
man.
changed my life. You know that Drewski meme? We changed that nigga's life.
He put me in that one nigga life, man. We changed it,
Yeah,
man.
we changed
Thank
it,
you for
bro.
changing this, the meme. Thank you for changing my life. I'm literally just Jimmy Butler.
Nah, yeah.
Oh man, bro. But nah, the Warriors ended up going 3-1 chat, and we head into the All-Star break. And to be honest with you, the All-Star break in of itself this weekend, we'll briefly talk about it really quickly. For me, I enjoyed it. I think there were some aspects of it that I liked. The formatting for the game we'll talk about in a second. I just want to briefly talk about Saturday because obviously no one cares about Friday. Let's be real. Um, so Saturday for us was really really good. I thought the 3 point contest was pretty fun. Buddy Hield tying Steph Curry's record for most points in a 3 point contest, and then proceeding to miss 8 straight shots in the final round. Is some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life because you just experienced literally the Buddy Hield experience where the highs are so high but the lows are so low.
It's
It's
so
crazy.
Yeah,
predictable,
like
man.
it's crazy because it literally was like the Buddy Hield experience. Like as soon as he made like his first one, I was like, he's literally gonna just start hitting shots. He's gonna hit like 5 in a row, and
Yeah,
he even though he missed the first 7 shots, he still almost won.
yeah. He lost by like two, I believe, or one,
He
something like
lost by
that.
1.
So like, if he just hit one of the 7 missed straight shots that he had, he probably would have won the game. So yeah, shout out to Buddy Hield for attempting. Tyler Hero took away the 3 point contest and he won it. The dunk contest though, man, was really, really, really good. Honestly,
I didn't think that was gonna be good at all. I had no
Yeah,
hope in it.
yeah.
And
Gifted legit said this is the worst possible event ever. I hate it so much.
I hate that
Um,
shit. I think it's awful every year, bro.
Yeah, but honestly, it was elite because he hooped, and by he, I'm talking about the Mac McClung. I'm
Matt
talking about
McClung
that
went
guy.
crazy.
He
Yeah,
absolutely went
he did.
crazy. And if you're asking us, did you guys watch this game live? Yes, of course. We watched all the games and we had all the reactions live. You can see it on Twitter and you can check it even on Playback right now, playback.tv/Goldblooded, man. Check all the live
hey,
games that we have as
Gifted.
well.
Mhm.
I know you see the victory lap meme that in the fucking in the chat right now.
Oh my goodness, man! It's
The
it's
the new Buddy Hield cycle. Other fans accuse Warriors of dark magic because they can't use him right. Balls out. Pacers, Philly, and Kings fans trying to convince the Warriors that it's a fluke and he's ass. Proves everyone wrong and continues balling out.
oh
That
my
was
god!
that was November 3rd.
Like
Man, bro.
the victory lap. Like it just. I'm sorry. It just
They
makes me
couldn't wait
so.
4 games, mind you. They just couldn't wait 4 games. They had to. I seen people saying this Buddy Hield
Oh
cheat
man,
code
bro.
is crazy, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, chat. Don't get me wrong. The highs of Buddy Hield are pretty funny to see, but let's not. Let's hold our horses for a second.
November
But
Let's hold our horses.
third.
it's like a lot of the people making takes about him never watched him play. Like I saw him
That
play.
was 6 games into the year.
I literally saw him get outplayed by Kyle Lowry in a playoff series, and people try to tell me, "Oh no, the Warriors system, they're gonna get him more high quality. He's gonna be bucket get that." And then we keep watching basketball, and he's not dog shit at like I'm man. But shout out to him because he's had some moments for us, so I
Yeah.
appreciate those. But hey,
Hey, man. Yeah, that was a crazy stat, Chad.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. Don't worry. But yeah, Saturday night I thought was the highlight of the All Star game, and I honestly thought that it was the best part of the All Star weekend in general. So shout out to the All Star Saturday night. Shout out to Mac McClure for balling out Tyler Hero. Obviously, the skills challenge was pretty funny too. The whole Saturday night honestly was just a vibe. Now getting to Sunday, Sunday was a bit interesting in my opinion. For me, I thought the base, this is my takeaway.
Yeah.
Sunday for me, the base and the formatting was really good. I thought the four teams, two tournament style, where two semifinals, a final, and then you present the All Star Game MVP. There's technically more games, more action. I thought that was a really good concept. The problem with the league and what they had was the concept of actually just playing basketball versus let's take 2 hour and 30-minute commercial breaks and whatnot versus 34 minutes of gameplay. And you're probably thinking, am I over exaggerating? I'm not. This is a legitimate stat.
Yes, bro.
Between that 2 hour, basically 3 hour session of the All-Star Sunday game, 30 minutes of it was legitimate basketball play, while the other 2 hours and 30 minutes was just commercial airtime and ads. The ads absolutely killed the vibe of the All-Star game. And the ad placement for me was another thing that was an issue.
It's
Like
in
they were
between
stopping.
games.
The score was 11-1, and they were legitimately stopping to then proceed to proceed to acknowledge the TNT guys and the fact that it's their last run with the All-Star game and whatnot and their coverage, which is cool. I'm not mad at it, but it's the placement that matters. If
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
acknowledge them before the game,
Like,
acknowledge
dog,
them after the
yeah,
game.
like, dog, there's no way you couldn't find a better time slot for this. It's like, I don't understand, like,
I'm not
why
gonna lie,
they're
bro.
doing.
Seeing a game end and then they say, "Well, we got the next game up. We'll be right back." They come right back, and then it's a Kevin Hart special where they're talking, and then okay, now we're gonna play. Then they play. Then
Yeah,
there's
the
another game. Like,
it's the
bro,
Kevin Hart joke where he's joking about Shay's shoes, and Shay's like, they pan to Shay and he literally tells him, "Yo, shut up, we're trying to hoop here." Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For me, I found that pretty funny. But
like, and
Kevin,
that's the thing that I talked about in this video that I'm about to put up soon. Like, the actual competitiveness of the All-Star game was there, or at least more so than years
other
past. Like, it
years,
looked like they were actually trying, but with all of the just nonsense that that we had, between the first, like, Kevin Hart intro, him calling Shaq a porn director on national TV, um the I mean, the Mr. Beast situation, which, I mean, that's cool, but, like, I'd rather see that during, like, All-Star Saturday or something rather than, like, during the actual event. Um, the musical performance from E40, which was cool. Um, and then the TNT, I think that they were just so fed up at that point that they literally just stopped trying. Like, there was a noticeable there was a noticeable decrease in the actual effort that they were giving, but before that and after. And I feel like that's something that I noticed in real time, but I don't think I, like, said it out loud. I think I was just watching.
yeah, I fully agree with you, but I just feel that for me, again, the ad placement was the biggest issue. Like not understanding where to
Jokic,
place ads, not
yeah,
understanding how
Jokic
the
was like,
ads
they're
are going
making
to
us
work.
stiff. Yeah, like,
Like
you're putting halftime length breaks in the middle of the game, like,
the score was
dog.
11-1, and I think was it 11-1? Like let me maybe I'm mistaken. It was 11-1. They stopped. When was
Yeah.
the DJ like halftime performance with like E40
It
and them?
was between the championship game and the what was it? The OGs and the actual
See,
Rising
like
Stars.
that for me,
So
that
it was in between, because
mm,
that makes sense, because that's, like, just what they would have
exactly.
done
But then
during
yeah,
regular
stopping
halftime.
at 11-1 chat during this was, what's crazy? It was called a timeout. A timeout is like 30 seconds to a minute. Those are
Yeah.
the timeouts. It was 20 minutes. 20 minutes of
Yeah,
them just acknowledging the TNT people. And
and
again,
I could be wrong, but I don't think that they said that when they were going to break. I think they just said, "Oh, we're taking a timeout here," and then we come back to
we
to
come back to
Kevin
that
Hart
special.
introducing Ernie, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny.
The worst part is we come to that special and they go on for 20 minutes and then not even like, okay, let's go back on the court. We'll come back shortly after all these ads too. Like it was so many breaks in between. It just felt like it was getting long and dragged out. And another thing that I wanted to say as well is that the I believe the formatting in terms of the point total, the point target, respectfully, 40 points is too
Yeah.
low. I think
Yeah.
if you're gonna make it 40 points, it has to be like, no, 40 is too low. It has to be either 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Like, have it so that like the first 2 games are up to 50, and then the last game is like up to 70. So that way it's a longer
Yeah.
games, it's more, there's a point target, and that way the competitiveness is still there. I get it
Like,
because it's
yeah, the
shorter amount of points
competitiveness
people are locking.
also, or my bad. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. But
No,
but
it's okay. Go ahead.
also something that I didn't even think about, which I only realized when Kenny said this in his video today. Dog, there are players who got like who are having spectacular years who got selected for the All-Star game who played like 4 minutes because of this format. And that's something that I didn't even
Yep.
think about with like the set score. Yeah, Cade played 5 minutes. Here, hold on. Let me see who got eliminated first. It was the young, yeah, the young stars. So,
Yeah, the young
uh,
stars with 28-year-old Jalen Brunson.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, and
sorry.
the OGs with 26-year-old Jason Tatum. um, let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Kyrie played 6 minutes. Jalen Brown played 6 minutes. At least in the first Shaq game. Uh, someone made. No, they didn't. Okay. Dame played 2 minutes in the championship game. That shouldn't happen. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah, no,
Dame
that
Dame
is
played
insane.
2 minutes. Alperen Şengün played 19 seconds.
Mm.
Pascal Siakam played 3 minutes.
Hey man,
Dog.
shout out to Pascal. Shout out to Pascal, man. But not Chad. Honestly, I think the formatting for me was just a bit of an issue in terms of the point total. Like for me going forward, this is my way of thinking of it. Instead of rising stars, which is another thing that we'll talk about just quickly because I know Draymond was ranting about that all weekend. Instead of the rising stars, we'll make it so that the people who got snubbed from the All Star, like people who had really good cases to make it, but they ended up not making it, find like a team of 10. Boom, right there. All star snubs. Just put it around fingers like
I'm
that, right?
I'm gonna be I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. My biggest problem with that is if I'm a player that wasn't picked to be All Star, you making me come out to this bum ass event where I have to play the actual All Stars. No, let me rest. What the hell? No, you didn't pick me. I didn't make the All Star game. No one else got hurt. Why am I coming out to be a fake All Star that's going up against real All Stars? I'd rather just not
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the issue
I
that
mean,
they
because
need
I
to
think the
figure
concept
out
would
with
allow
this.
for more competitiveness. The people who got snubbed feel something. Like imagine if Trey Young never made it onto any of the teams with injury
Yeah.
replacement, and
He
he was
be in
on a team.
Cabo. He be
He
in
he
Cabo right now.
he would be a snub because everyone thought he would be in the All Star team. And I think if he showed up for the All Star game, I think he would try his ass off and just to let people know,
No, I hear
like,
that, but I'm saying if I don't get picked,
yeah,
I'm on vacation with the family. Fuck. I'm not coming to All Star game if I didn't get picked. That's what I'm saying.
because the
Yeah,
concept
I
is,
feel like
but
I feel like
you
the
need 4 teams
issue.
though. That's the thing though.
Yeah,
You need
yeah,
four
that's the
teams.
issue with the format is that they need to figure out if it's not going to be the like legit rising stars who are like rookies and
Yeah,
sophomores.
which is crazy. Yeah.
You need to find a fourth team to be able to play because you can't just have 3 teams and one just like sitting and waiting. You know.
Exactly. Like one's basically saying I'm waiting for the finals, while the others are
Yeah.
just are duking it out. That's why I think the All Star snub format is actually pretty good. And I think some of the guys, like, as much as you want to say like I got snubbed, so fuck all this, I'm gonna just go on my break. I think some of them don't mind to have a point to prove to come into play. And on top of that, imagine the years where they beat the All Stars like that who are actually there. And that's an actual real discussion. People are going to the fans are going to look at them and be like, we voted for these guys. Look at us, we know what we're talking about. Because a lot of the fans who what they voted for this year didn't end up like Trey Young didn't make it. I know the fans voted for. LaMelo was a
Yeah,
big one that everyone
LaMelo
wanted,
didn't make
and
it. He was, I think,
he didn't
first
make
in
it.
the Easter
He was
And
in the
first.
East.
His first available
so
one.
the fans,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I actually kind of trust the fans in terms of their All-Star selection, who they want to see. So when they get to see
Yeah.
guys like that and they're hooping, the fans are going to be looked at and be like, "Yeah, I told you so. We know what we're saying," and that's going to help even guys who were supposed to make it and get snubbed make it too.
I
So like,
just think it's problematic to say, yeah, let's make a team of All-Star snubs instead of just expanding the All-Stars. That's just dumb to me.
Yeah.
but then again, you could just not name it snubs. It doesn't have to be the All-Star snubs. It could be like you can name it technically rising stars because or like All-Star caliber, something
I
along those
I think he's
lines. You know what I
saying
mean?
literally just like selecting more, like maybe 15 per per
Because
conference.
you
instead
can do
There's a
that.
lot
instead
of
of
talent in
12.
NBA right now.
You can select more, that's for sure. But the problem is that if you select more, which they all rightfully do so, what makes the All-Star game so special is that there's only a select amount that get to go there. So when it's not as exclusive, then
I
it
mean,
becomes
what
like a, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, out of a league with like 500 people, what difference does it make between 12 and like 16 per conference?
Because it's gonna be teams of like it's gonna be 4 teams of like 10
I
at
mean, I hear you,
the
but Shagun made the All-Star game. If we being real, like, I don't care. Like, that's fine. And like again, my only point is many stars have come out and said that they're tired of All-Star weekend as well because they would rather rest. Like they want more extended rest during the season. So to me, it's like, all right, if I'm not voted All-Star, even though I'm playing at that caliber, my reward is I get a chance to have an extended break. You calling me out to just play a fake All-Star to go play actual All-Stars when I could be using that time to be with my family and recharge is kind of dumb. I don't want to do that shit. You didn't honor me with the honor of being All-Star, so let me rest. At least.
I don't know. For me, the resting thing can be an issue when it comes to just game length, the 82 game season. Because I was thinking about this today. Like we're the only sport that runs through basically like 10 months of like basic
Mm-hmm.
with the amount of games. I know like
Yeah.
soccer, football, they run through basically like I want to say August all the way up until June. But there's so many breaks in between. Like right now, it's currently a break that's happening right now where a lot of teams aren't playing. And there'll be like a week or 2 weeks with breaks, and there's only amount of games that you're playing. You're only playing 2-3 times a week. You play like 3-4
Baseball.
games a night. Sometimes you play 4 and 5 nights. You have crazy back to backs. And if you're a good team, like if you're OKC, you're automatically playing until May. Like that's a guarantee with all the 82 games that you have to play and the requirements of you having to play games to meet some of the rewards as well. So like um like I don't know. I just think that's a discussion for the regular season, not more so the All-Star break, if you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I think
Yeah.
incentivizing more breaks during the season so people can feel more rejuvenated as well as like like it's better that way.
Also, my goodness, LeBron James, holy! This dude waited until an hour before the game to say, "Yeah, I'm actually not playing today."
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Anthony
LeBron's a
Edwards,
loser for that
LeBron,
stuff,
Jimmy
man.
Butler last year. I said last year,
Yeah.
but you know, it's a
LeBron,
thing.
I already said
Yeah,
LeBron's a loser for that.
yeah. We still don't even know what happened to him. They said it was a groin, but then they said it was a cold. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Some people were actually speculating that like it might be because of the TNT broadcast, because when they were going relentlessly at Gobert, Anthony Edwards refused to do post
Mm,
games with them. And with the new format and him also like being on record not really trying in All-Star games, part of them just said he also didn't really want to play, which is possible.
yeah,
Um Look, man, I don't know. I'm kind of at the point, and this might be like really not good for me to say, but I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Like I truly do not care about all-star games anymore. Like, and it's like I know that they're trying to fix it to make this like this big blockbuster thing, but that's only because they want to make money off of this realistically, right? Outside of that, like I'm kind of okay with the all-star game being trash because they're trying things, and I respect them for trying it,
yeah.
but I kind of think that's what it is. Now,
But
Saturday was better. Saturday was good. Also, them adding I believe, 1v1, if they do that, that could be good. You know? So, I mean, hey,
yeah,
they're trying, but
yeah.
I don't
Someone
know.
put someone on that tweet put footage of Cam Reddish doing 1v1s in Laker practice, and I'm like, dog, people don't understand how good these dudes are
They're
at
really
this
good at
sport.
basketball, bro. Like, yeah.
Like, oh my god, Cam Reddish looked like Devin Booker.
And I feel like in the 1v1, like I don't need to have like a superstar
But to
player
watch,
to get
yeah,
value out of it because there's really good one-on-one players all throughout the NBA. I don't need to have like a top 5 player. It would be nice if you got like a Durant, a LeBron, a Curry, but you don't need that per se.
I got the games
so
pulled up
so this is
for
Cam Reddish.
we got a couple okay. Isn't he cut too? Like isn't he on the bio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because none of that shit matters when it's time for 5-on-5 basketball, unfortunately.
This is the one player where it confused me as to why he's so. Oh no, the trade got rescinded, so he's still on the team.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so this is the one player that confused me. I'm like, I don't understand the drop off, man. He was actually so nice. Like he had a
Yeah.
package, guys. Like he had a serious package, bro. And he just became a 3-and-D guy. Like I remember in high school, he was frying Ant, bro. Like he was
Like,
frying
dog.
Ant.
Oh my goodness.
Let me go to these games though, real quick. We got a couple games this week to cover, man. We got a couple. So we return. Our first game back is on Friday on the 21st at Sacramento. Then we play on Sunday against Dallas, which we'll record our podcast probably. I
That's
want to say
Andre.
the
We
Monday.
can't.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Monday.
yeah. Because the jersey, the Andre jersey retirement is after the game. It's not at halftime, which I think should be the case for all jersey retirements.
Yeah, that actually
Personally,
makes sense in my head. Yeah, after the game, I
yeah.
usually I feel like it's like before.
Yeah, because I saw usually it's at halftime, but I saw when the Celtics did or not the I think it was the Celtics and also the Spurs when they did Paul Pierce and Tim Duncan. I was like, why don't why don't all teams do this?
Yeah.
After the game, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, like they
it
should. But
gives
yeah,
so much more time.
chat will be main stage on Sunday. So yeah, make sure to pull up if you if you are not here already. I feel like I always say that all the time now. Like honestly, one day I almost said that like completely off stream. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, that's funny.
is I'm so like so like the habits that I've been saying sometimes, like I'll be talking to my friends, I'll be on the game, I'll just randomly say chat instead of just like talking, like actually just speaking to my friends. I'll just say yo chat, then I'll catch myself. I'm like, damn, like what am I saying, bro? So, that's wrong with me. But chat will be there for Sunday against the Dallas Mavericks at home. Andre Iguodala's jersey retirement main stage. So make sure to pull up 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 Pacific, and 2:30
Well, should
Central.
I don't think we should do a podcast that day because it's only 2 games. So I mean, like,
Yeah, well, I don't plan on potting on the Sunday. We can pod the day after because we play on Tuesday anyways, and it's against Charlotte as well. So, and then Tuesday we play against the Charlotte Hornets. So only 2 games this week technically that we're going to be covering for the next week's pod. But then the following week after, we'll obviously have Charlotte, Orlando, and then Philadelphia to cover as well. Honestly, this stretch here, given the injuries and everything like that, and who we're playing against, we can really be 4-1. The loss probably against Orlando, like we shouldn't lose against Philly, in my opinion. They've just been really bad all year this year, and we need like there's a sense of urgency here. The Warriors need to be winning games without question. So I think the Sacramento and the Dallas games you have to win given your position and the loss you just had against Dallas. Sacramento, you need that win. Dallas, you need that win. Charlotte, you most certainly need to handle business early. You're at home. And then you hit the road again for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and then you're back at home for the next 5. Oh no, you're back at home for actually a very long time. You got a home stretch between the 8th and the 20th. So you're home for basically 2 weeks. So you got to handle business, man. I think the Warriors should go 2-0 this week in those games being said.
Jimmy. Wait,
Yeah,
Jimmy hasn't played at Chase yet, has he? Because we traded him for him on the 6th or 7th, right? It was
nah,
before the
he hasn't played at the Chase, no.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have him on the team for like 2.5 weeks before he even plays in front of his own fans.
Yeah, we got him on the crazy. It's crazy because we had our crazy homestand, and then we
Yeah.
got Jimmy.
And then we got him. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
and then we had the crazy road stand as well. So yeah, he's not going to be home until Andre Iguodala's jersey retirement, man. So that's literally going to be his Jimmy's first home game is
Oh,
when
man.
Iggy gets his jersey put up into the rafters, man. So shout out to Iggy,
Hey man. Yeah,
shout out to
great.
Jimmy.
Finals teammate. Yeah, that's great,
Hey man,
man. That's
Finals
good.
MVP. Yeah, hey man,
Well,
legend.
finals teammate because he went to the finals with him in 2020.
Yeah, I just wanted to say he was a Finals MVP because it's
Yeah,
still pretty cool.
that's hey man, that's the start to the championship run that Draymond Green promised.
Yeah, anyways, chat, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Again, if you're asking yourselves, where do you record these great podcasts from? We record them live on Playback, bro. We literally hop on Playback every Sunday around 3 or 3:30. We get on, we hop in, and we record. We do our little due diligence, and then we get off, and then we send these podcasts out to you guys to watch on YouTube, man. So make sure to pull up if you haven't already. Comment, Draymond, you loser. Something. I don't know. But comment something if you made it all the way to the end. And just to let me know that you made it here. I appreciate all the love and support. Steph appreciates all the love and support as he looks away into you guys while he hits this three. But with that being said, chat, I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys have any final words before we send off, man?
We will be back.
This highlight reel is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A half
Yeah, it's
court
kinda
three
crazy.
followed by a 1 foot floater from three and then a no look three. That is insane. But now, chat, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace, people.